for the cockpit path analytics. You can use it for the customer's demo event and demo tracking. First of all, select the cockpit path analytics. After that, choose a customer, demo tracking or demo event. We will start with demo tracking. In the upper right corner below your name, you will find the option to choose between customer flow and zone overview. First, select zone overview. Here you can view the entire tracking area. In this case, a multi-sensor with 3 LC 3.0 Pro Max sensors. Using the camera icon in the upper right corner next to the customer flow drop-down menu, you can view the live tracking of objects within the entire zone. These are the live tracking data for Friday, the 16th of January, which is today. You can also activate this view using the play button at the bottom. You can find it here. Here in this cockpit, you can also view the visitors group and the numbers of live tracked objects from each visitor group. Currently, all visitors are from the standard visitor group. We define them, the different visitor groups, over object rule engines. You can also open and interactive display the zone and the line names. You can do this here. When you scroll over the data with your mouse, do it like this. You will see which zone lines corresponds to which line zone in the graphical view on the left side. In addition to the individual paths, you can also display a heat map or spaghetti map. Find this drop down on the left corner. The spaghetti map is showing the exact path tracks of the objects from, for example, yesterday. This is spaghetti map. Select the relevant date at the top and activate the play button at the bottom. If you go to yesterday, apply and use the play button. And now you can see the live tracks from yesterday of all people. You can adjust the playback speed, fast forward or rewind. All of this is done in the bottom right corner. You can find this possibility over here, and you can say, I want that faster, slower, or time lapse. I would prefer to take default because otherwise it is getting too boring or getting too fast. If we have a look on the heat map again, loading data can sometimes take some time because of the amount of data behind. And we will not show the lines and zones in this case. Scroll in to zoom into your zone or scroll out to leave the details. The heat map from yesterday is looking like this. The demo tracking is a demo within a city, and if you have more zones than one that we can see in the demo event in a few minutes, you of course will have different heat maps in every zone. In the live view for individual paths, I will go back to this. You can also activate the object logger on the left side. So if we are live, we can activate the object logger, which shows you detailed information about the objects and their current dwell time within the selected zone. In the top bar, you do also see the visitor groups, which you can filter if you like to. Similarly, you can filter the heat map or spaghetti map by dwell time and only display objects that meet these criteria. For example, go here. Sorry, not here. You can not for individual paths, for heat map, for example. And define different dwell times. For example, a minimum dwell time of 5 minutes and a maximum dwell time of 1 hour. Apply and see the heat map again. You can also have this for the spaghetti map for yesterday. Minimum dwell time for 5 minutes and maximum dwell time for 1 hour, and activate the play button. So these are not that many objects from yesterday that had a dwell time between those both. In step 2, please select the zone overview. You select this in the upper right corner. This is also a good cockpit to show the demo event, which records data in front of a sports stadium, as we have several zones activated in the demo. Last Sunday, for example, the 11th of January, there was a home game, making this a good day for a demo. Here you can see the 3 zones, 1, 2, 3, and the total zone, including a total zone over all 3 zones. But that is not relevant for our purposes right now. So I will deactivate it. Here you can see the 3 zones, or 4 zones, including the total zone, but that's not relevant. You can directly view the number of visitors in each zone for the entire day. So for Sunday, the 11th of January, you can see, I will leave the information about the dwell times and don't filter this criteria. You can see the total number of visitors as well as the dwell time as an average and the maximum dwell time for each zone. By clicking on the zones on the left, right here, you can activate or deactivate them. For example, if I only want to see the central area, clicking on it will deactivate the other zones. Using the play button on the lower right corner, I can then view the data as a full color heat map for the zone. Do it on the right on the play button. Then, using the play button in the lower right corner, you can display the history data. If I have multiple zones, I can easily see the different interest and visitors numbers throughout the day. I do activate entrance area and gate area again, so all 3 zones. The zone that changes from blue to green, then yellow, and finally red is the most visited zone. Here again, you can adjust dwell time settings at the top and only display data for specific visitors who stayed in the zone for longer than X seconds or minutes. But first, we will just have a look on the heat map. First blue, then green, over to yellow and red. Similarly, you can adjust the time interval for the display using the play button under granularity at the bottom. I would always leave the clearing interval on never, so you can roise the data. You can also scroll in and scroll out also in this cockpit, depending on the zone size and other monitor resolution at your end. If we take a dwell time and edit the relevant details, for example, again from 10 minutes to 1 hour, apply, you can directly see the changes on the left side regarding the number of visitors in this zone. Very less to all of the objects that were tracked on the 11th of January. So I do hope that this helps you for now. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask.